feel your choices. So many people, they just make choices based on their logical mind. And it's good to make decisions based on your logical mind, and you do calculations and you come to the conclusion, hey, this is the most logical thing to do, especially in business, to create a certain results. And, that's great and it works, well in certain situations. But life itself is liquid. Okay. It's frequency, it's energy. It's changing all the time. And there are so many different calculations you're not taking in consideration. And that's why you should feel your choices. And what do I mean by feel your choices? I think, Tim, my feelings are, influenced all the time by so many external things. And if I should feel my choices, I would make stupid decisions because um, my emotions go up and down all the time based on external vibrations. True. I'm not saying just, oh, this feels good and therefore I do it without thinking and just move forward. No, I am talking about a deeper level of feeling. Okay. There are many different levels of feeling, and so many people have such a low emotional intelligence. Okay, that's because society has trained us to um, evolve our EQ, our intellectual intelligence, and this is great for current society and stuff, but it's really not great in getting your life in a happy free state. Okay. When you evolve your emotional intelligence, you are capable of differentiating someone else's emotions from your own emotions. So many people are unable to do this. Me, for example, being in sales my whole life, it's very easy for me to give people a certain emotion and then ask the right questions and then make them think what they are feeling and thinking is their own, and therefore I control their choices. And they think they make their own choice, but it's just me giving them a certain energy, making them feel a certain way, asking them certain questions, which I know creates a certain way of thinking, and therefore they make certain choices, actions, and results. And they think they make their own action, but it's not true. I'm totally influencing their perspective, and most people are unaware of seeing this because they have such a low emotional intelligence. Okay, emotional intelligence is being capable of understanding the other person's psyche and making unconscious calculations over about the next steps that are going to happen based on their psyche, their situation. And when you have start to evolve your AQ, you're capable of feeling your choices because your intuition will start talking to you. Okay, because you start to understand, okay, these are my feelings. The energies that are influencing me are separate feelings, they are not my own, and I have an unconscious vision in my mind. And when you're capable of protecting your energy from external vibrations, belief systems, and images, being in control over your own energy, being in control over your own choices, belief systems, and holding a vision in your mind, then you can feel your choices. Okay? You can listen to your intuition, and your intuition is your unconscious mind making way more calculations than your logical mind. And then you can see the bigger picture, and your unconscious mind communicates through your feelings. This is the right decision, this is not the right decision. But if you are unable, being alone, being capable of listening to your emotions because you have so much trauma and you try to numb it down with external substances or people or television to not feel the feelings you need to feel to recover, to reset, who you are, uh, to start listening to your intuition. You can only listen to your intuition if you start to go within and start the self-development journey of evolving to your full potential. Once you gain more emotional intelligence, you it's very easy for me to read other people. I will look someone in the eyes. I can see their pain. I can see their sorrow. I can see their unprocessed stuff. I can see if they're trying to fuck me over. I can see so much things without saying a word. And because I'm not telling people this, I have an advantage, okay? I have an advantage. I know things that are going to happen. I know things are going to happen, and most people belief systems does not even allow them to know this is a special gift you can develop. It's impossible. Okay. Um, is actually EQ, emotional intelligence. Okay. Once you start to develop this, you will also be capable of controlling addictions way better because you will start to understand. Oh, the negative emotions I am experiencing is not really because I'm not using the stuff. It's because I'm having a routine, going to a job I dislike, being around people I dislike, living a life I'm disliking. And you start to understand, oh, the reason I'm feeling this way is not because I'm not using the substances. It's just because I have a fucked up life I need to improve. You start to understand, oh, I'm experiencing this emotion and this is the reason. And most people, they live a life they don't want to live. Therefore, they use substances to numb their mind, to not feel the pain. And then the loop continues because they're unable to see that it's not the substance that's the problem, it's their life that needs to be fixed, is the problem. That's giving them a negative emotion. Okay? So the substances are not the problem, it's the inability to evolve their emotional intelligence, to understand that it's their unconscious mind, their mind, body, and soul telling them, listen, you have to fix your life, you have to change your life, you have to change your habits, you have to change your circle, you have to change your routines to feel happy. And then, it's like there was a test done way in the past, and they test on rats. Just to give you an example, and they put rats in a cage, two rats in a cage. One cage had everything a rat could ask for: females to mate with, spinning wheel to run on, all kinds of food, and everything he wanted. And then there was the other cage, and it had nothing, nothing, just one bottle of water, and the same bottle of water was also in the other cage, and it contained cocaine water. So every time the rat drank from the cocaine water, they would experience the dopamine, and then yeah, and they had the freedom to drink from that. Okay, so the two cages, one cage had everything a rat could need that also produced dopamine, and then the other cage that had nothing that produced dopamine, but only the cocaine water. Okay, so what happened in the rat cage? Where there was no dopamine, just the cocaine, the rat started drinking until he died because the cocaine was the only thing that produced dopamine. So you could say, oh, the cocaine killed him, and that's the problem. But if you look at the other cage, where the rat has the cocaine water and all the other stuff, he would just sometimes drink from the cocaine water, and then when to play, when to fuck with the mates, when to do all this stuff that also produced dopamine, but he would never kill himself. And what's the thing you've learned from this story is, if you create a life in freedom, okay, you have a life in freedom, you start to evolve your emotional intelligence, you start to understand all the things that make you happy and make you feel sad, and create an environment where you're allowed to experience all these things. No drug is going to be capable of controlling your habits, actions, your emotions, because you control your emotions. You control your life because you've created a situation where you experience all this happiness. And you can feel your choices. You can listen to your intuition. You can use all the stuff. You don't have to be scared of it. okay? And I'm not saying use cocaine. I'm not using any cocaine. I've tried it in the past, but I'm not using it because it's not beneficial. It does not create any brain cells. If it would create brain cells, I would use it, okay? I'm not scared of it. But it does not, so I'm not using it and I do not crave it. I've like the last time I've used it was 10 years ago. It's like I don't need it. Okay. Um but I'm also not scared of it. That's the whole point, okay? So evolve your emotional intelligence and feel your choices. Feel your intuition. Start to operate life from your vision. Start to be aware. These are my feelings. This is my intuition telling me based on my unconscious vision. And all the external stuff that's forced upon me is separate from me. And once you can, separate the external stuff from your own feelings, then you can feel your choices. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and I'll see you in the next one. And make sure, if you need any help, click on the link below. Have a great day.